Hey, this is Lewis from Mobile Level Web Dev, helping you be the best web designer, developer, and entrepreneur that you could possibly be. And have you ever wondered what the best way to maintain and truly update your website? What are the best practices? How to check for malware? How to troubleshoot? What plugins to get? How to actually get that sacred A+ on GTmetrix? Well, I can help you with that and much more. So let's get started. This is going to be awesome. All right. Let's get started. So I have a website. This is the name of my company, LMB. It's my brother and I's company, website maintenance. Standard protocol is what SOP means. So I'm going to be going through this, and I'll probably have this for you to download, in the link in the description. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, make sure to check for any PHP updates and see what version you are on to make sure it is current. So there's a couple ways to do that in GoDaddy. In SiteGround, there's also another way. Those are the only two hostings I'm going to really be going over, because I can't possibly go through every single version because that's crazy. But we'll go through one right now. So let's go into cPanel. This is my band. We'll go into the home page. Also, note for for the future, for your whatever you're doing, if you're a web designer, because I'm talking to obviously developers, designers, freelancers. In the future, I would highly recommend not using GoDaddy or not using the deluxe version. There's a couple, like shared hosting on GoDaddy. It's it's actually fine. It's just that I made a mistake early on by trying to do like a ton of different sites on one hosting, and I have like the ultimate shared hosting package. I also have a business plan, which I think is also not that good. But there's not that many sites here, but I am using a lot of files IO usage, which is a little annoying. So what I've really been focusing on is just, one site per hosting if it's shared hosting. If it's business hosting, then it's maybe you can do multiple. It depends what level of hosting in the business hosting you have. Then there's also, of course, like, private searcher, virtual private hosting that I have not even used yet because I haven't had to use it yet because that's usually enterprise level clients, and I really just work with small to medium sized businesses. So what I've done with small to medium sized businesses is usually it's just like one of their own hosting. Set them up on one. If it's GoDaddy, just make sure it's just one. If it's SiteGround, make sure it's just one, and you don't run into any problems. Otherwise, you run into like that. Just a little word for the wise. Then you go to select PHP version, and then you click that baby, and you can go up to the big boy version. Now, I'm going to keep on 7.4 because I don't really want to have to deal with breaking any of my sites in case I do that, and it is a current version. I mean, it's not the current version. 8.0 would be the current version, and you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do that and see what happens, because that's what this is all about. So let's see if it breaks anything, shall we? Luckily, also, before you do any of this, like I say here, before anything, check for proper backups and restore points. I do have backup and restore points on everything, but just for safekeeping, let's go ahead and check that because we're professionals, correct? Yeah, I was just about to change everything just because I YOLO. I do a lot of YOLO stuff. My bad. But okay, there's nowhere here, like none of these sites are really that valuable if they're the clients. Like obviously, don't just upgrade the PHP if it's a client site. Make sure you have things updated. And if something usually goes wrong, if it does break by changing the PHP version, then you can easily just go back and usually just set it back to the current version, and it'll just lock back in place and everything will be fine 99% of the time. But for the 1% that scares the living crap out of you, make sure you have everything backed up. And yes, I have backed up. This is Installatron. This is what I highly recommend using if you're using GoDaddy. And you click backup. I prefer this, honestly, over their managed installation, because there's a lot more you can do with it. And you just click backup. You can also clone it, but that's not what this video is for, but just letting you know. Okay, so everything's backed up. Boom, let's do this. Cool. We are super up to date, like professionals. This is a site I'm going to be using, salienttest.lmb productions test. Let's see if it broke it. Cool. It did not break it. That's awesome. Okay, so this is very good. Very good. Okay, so we checked for backups. We checked for updates. Then we checked the PHP setting. We saw that we were on 7.3. We are on 8.0, the top version, the best version. Now, before that, honestly, even before that point, you should probably do a GT metrics check, but it's fine. I'll probably just update that in there, just even before that setting. Just go ahead and just do that before anything. Because I feel like changing the PHP probably changed that a little bit too. So let's see how rough this site is. It may not be that rough because it should be pretty small. We're going to do all the updates and see if we can change it a little bit. Pretty sure we can. Alright, we got a D. C 3.8 contextual, largest contextual paint 4.7. It's not very good. Not very good at all. Now, we can also check it on Pingdom. Let's see. Which is what I also like to do. I'll put that in the document as well. Alright, let's do that. Test it from Germany. It'll be way worse, because we do not have a CDN on this. Highly recommend getting a CDN. It helps everything. Not too bad. We got a C. Now C. Now let's look at how to really look at this. Eliminate render blocking, sort resources. Some of these, I'm going to be real, I don't fully, completely understand every single thing. And I think that's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes you just have to go in there and figure it out. You got to go in the drop down menu, figure out, and it looks like this is just, yeah, this is like CSS minification that we'll have to do. WooCommerce, packages, WooCommerce. Okay, this is another CSS minification. Looks like a lot of CSS and probably gzip compression that we'll have to work with. First contextual paint, yeah, I know, it's not good. Not good. Some of this is good. Large contextual paint, not good. Just means it's not coming up. It's not coming up fastest. Let's read it. How long it takes for the largest element of content to be painted on your page. Good user experience is 1.2 or less. We are off by a large margin. And then my favorite is a waterfall that actually tells you exactly what to look for here. So, yeah, it looks like mostly just CSS stuff that we just have to like try to, shorten dramatically. And then there's also other plugins and icons that I'd like to reduce the size of. So let's go back. Yeah, we want load time at 3, below 3. Okay, order of our operations for updating. This is how we want to update according to my own expertise. This is what I found to be usually the most helpful. A little Grammarly there in your face. Yee. All right, WordPress core update, WordPress theme update, plugins. So first, update the core, update the theme, update the plugins, do PHP update, and then do a Wordfence scan. So I already kind of messed up by doing the PHP update, but that's because I got a little excited. Sorry. So it's good to read through this document beforehand. I'm the one who wrote it and already made a mistake. And the reason that you want to do these beforehand is because if you do the PHP update and then you try to do these, things might get a little wonky, but it's unlikely. It's still very unlikely. That's why I just had no problem really doing it. Anyways, let's stick to it like professionals. Now we'll do the core first. This is the core. Update that now. Let's see what happens. Awesome. Okay, we are good. It took a little while. But we are good. Everything looks very clean. I always love the new WordPress 5. Or the whole, new masthead and everything. It just makes everything feel so clean and tidy. I love it. Okay, second. Now what is in the WordPress theme update? Copy that. Now let's go ahead and do that. Honestly, I'm going to make an audible here. I don't think that the theme... I really don't think that the theme should actually be before plugins itself. So I'm going to make an audible, and I'm going to change that because I wrote it. And we're going to do the plugins next. Update now. Boom. Oh, watch a break. Oh, that would suck. Okay, and then we go back here. And then I like to update all these themes, but that is not the main theme. It is Salient that I'm using, and I'll show you how to update that real quick. Okay, it is updated, and this is the one that I recommend. It's my favorite theme besides Elementor. So we go back here. Now we go to themes, and then real quick, I have a how to do this, how to install it tutorial, so I'm gonna go through this as fast as I can because there's no reason to go through it any longer than I have to. Okay, so here is the theme forest zip that after you purchase, it is a downloaded file. You double click that. It's going to unzip it. Boom, another file here. Then you're going to use that one right there. So this is going to be a little weird, but first you activate another random theme that you have. It's going to look like it technically breaks the site, but it's no big. I promise, it's no big. You just go, then you go to Salient, you delete this one. That's the old theme. And it may feel like you're like flying in the air right now because you have like no theme, but I promise it'll be okay. Then you go to upload theme, choose file, downloads, then click on your folder, click on Salient Zip, install now. Okay, now you click on activate. Then you're going to be seeing a pretty interesting screen. I'm also going to delete this plugin later. That's the other thing you're going to have to do is, I have a feeling that that's why I didn't click it. Okay, so what you need to look for is what you would usually do is go to plugins right after. You need to begin installing plugins as soon as you can. Begin updating. If you didn't already have Salient in the beginning, or a theme, a lot of times any themes from Vata will come in these prepackaged sources now. Not all the time, but you can't always do like a one-click update. Salient is one of those examples. So if you just got it, then you're not gonna have to do this. I mean, you're just gonna have to install it, and then that's it. But for Salient, if you already had it before, you would just have to click update, and I would of course include everything. You don't always have to. If you don't use a demo, then don't use it. If you're not using the social stuff, don't use it. That way, it will save space, memory. I'm going to click all, then update, and apply. Okay, all of them have updated. Now let's go back to the document, see where we're at. Okay, PHP, plugins, WordPress theme, WordPress core update. Wordfence scan is good. Now let's do that scan, and we don't have it. So what do? Go to add new, go to Wordfence. Wordfence is a super popular, one of the best malware security plugins that you could possibly use. This is very good to use and utilize for clients because it's free, and also it's one of the best out there. There's better, especially paid versions, but for 4 million active installs with 4.5 stars, that's pretty damn good. And it will also help you remove and help me in a pinch with sites that maybe something weird's happening, too much server memory and bandwidth is being used, some strange things are being used, and then this can help you actually remedy the problem. So it's great to have that as a solution. Click activate. This is fine. I just put in my email every time, the same email. Click no, but it is good to have for alerts. So click continue. Don't have a premium key, that's totally fine. Click no thanks. And then we go to Wordfence. Scan. Later I'm going to go through a much deeper dive on the plugins. So because I need to eliminate all these pop-ups, we need to get this site as clean as possible. So start a new scan, and I will come back whenever this is finished. Okay, it's finished. Sometimes it can take a while. If there were any results or anything that you would need to delete or repair, it would be down here, and you can click actually like help repair, delete file, and and it can freaking save your life. So that's awesome. Let's go back to the file, and everything looks good. So yes, on any LMB site, after everything is updated, you start performances updates for WP Rock and SG Optima. We'll get to that in a second. So compares in case of severe infection, me to notify Lewis. Yeah, definitely notify me if you need help, because I can help. Because sometimes it can't actually take it out. Sometimes it's like, sorry, this is too big. You're gonna have to either pay for our service or get someone to do it, which sometimes can get a little hairy. So, but this is a bit of an internal sheet, so that's why it says notify Lewis. So on any LMB developed site, keep plugins to a minimum. Make sure to check to see if there are any plugins you can delete. All right. Let's go. What I've been waiting for. Jeez. Okay. Let's get to these nasty plugins and take apart these cobwebs. Okay. Update WooCommerce update database. Definitely want to do that real quick. Okay. Should be doing that in the background. Let's head back to the plugins now. Trying to get rid of all these prompts and these useless plugins. So the anti-spam, I don't really use that unless you are going to be a big blogging specifically to manage comments. So because I use CAPTCHA. This I'm going to definitely deactivate. And then Facebook for WooCommerce. I'm definitely going to deactivate that. Completely not needed. You can delete Hello Dolly if you're as long as you're not using it. And that's about it. Okay, so this one, I guess it's fine if you use it. If you don't use it, then just take it off. So I'm gonna deactivate all these. Oops, forgot to deactivate one. Deactivate that one. Now, I'm going to delete, 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 and delete. What the hell? Yes, delete. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. Now let's dismiss that. Let's refresh, see if any of those go away. No, they don't because they're annoying. Then I just click no thanks a lot of the time. And database complete, very good. Appears to be so, but the Wordfence is not currently able to feature. Not support all functionality. So, okay. Well, we will do that later. So, no for WooCommerce, not connected. Oh yeah, got it. Okay. All right. So we are cleaner. We're looking nicer. I like it. So let's go back. We have deleted all the plugins we have deleted. Okay. So now add reCAPTCHA. Use this link. This is a good link. Use that link. Oops. Is that right? No. That's my video. Yes, this is very good. Okay, test site. This may not work because it is a subdomain. So you may not be able to actually, I may not be able to actually show you because it's, yeah, I don't think so. This is a subdomain and Google doesn't like subdomains because they're probably, but we'll see. Oh, it did work. Okay, so copy that site. And the easiest way to do it is just to use a Contact Form 7 plugin. Go to Integrations, Contact, Integrations. And then scroll down, set up integration, and boom, easy. Copy and paste the site key. Copy and paste the secret key. Then save changes. Oh my gosh, I swear. I got it. It's not up there. Okay, got it. Okay, now when we go to the site, okay, we have this cool CAPTCHA now. Awesome. Okay, so we got the CAPTCHA down. What else? Media optimization. Backup restore point. Just another reason, just another one to back up and restore. Now I'm going to grab two plugins. So one for media optimization and one for performance and optimization, and then we should be fully complete. Okay, so this is my account. Obviously, you're gonna have to get your own account, but I have unlimited websites. It's great. It's infinite license. Get that one. WP Rocket is what I recommend for superior WordPress performance. It's a very good plugin. Download. Okay, now we're going to upload this bad boy. Go to add new. Now, with the theme, you needed to, and I could be wrong because I don't like do this every single day, but usually with plugins, you just download the zip file and you do not open them. You just upload the zip file itself. So we're going to try to do that first. We're going to go to upload plugin, choose file, go to the downloads, and upload that zip file. Let's go and see. Okay, it has finished installing, so we activate that plugin. All right, next. I'll just see if I can get now. Sometimes, so we could just, let's go ahead and click test your load time. It's been a while since I've actually done that. Oh, let's see. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it just sends you. Okay, it sends you the sites that I send you to. So don't worry about that. Now let's see, just by installing it, if we got any faster. I think it does. It does automatically just by loading itself. Make it a little faster, but we'll see. And would you look at that? It does actually make it faster. That's awesome. Literally, just installing the plugin will make it faster. You gotta love that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's go back to our order of operations here. Okay, we're still working on it. Now, media optimization. For media optimization, I highly recommend, and so does WP Rocket, for you to use Imagify. It is a very good plugin, and it's super cheap. It is free. I don't recommend the free version. It's just, you know, it's just not going to work for you most of the time if you're doing real big, or you know, just normal sites. A lot of time it just won't work very well. I have considered using that one because that's pretty cool. And there's no limitations, which I love, and I also love that little thing because that's cool. But Imagify is kind of an industry standard. Click activate, and it's usually pretty awesome. All you really have to do is create an account, and then of course, you know, pay for the service. It's like $10 a month, super cheap, but it's infinite. Like it's like infinite stuff. So also every time you have a plug, you add the plugin, you just clear your cache, you know, just for safekeeping. Clear that cache anytime you kind of manipulate or add a plugin. It has you do that, which I think is a good idea. Now, I have my API key. I will not show you my API key because you did not pay for it. So I apologize, but I'm going to have to block that out. Then click connect me. Boom, congratulations, your API key is valid. You can now configure the Imagify settings to optimize your settings. Beautiful. Yay. Okay, so now we go to settings, and Imagify is right there. This is also the very good thing, the really good thing. This is how you know it's a very good plugin. Not all plugins do this. Yoast doesn't do this, but you know, Yoast is one of the top plugins ever made. But I like it when it doesn't make its own little left thing here, because that's how you know it's like it would rather be more showboating than actually help you with performance. WP Rocket doesn't do that. It actually just puts itself in settings, makes it very simple for you, and you go to WP Rocket or Imagify. So for media optimization, we're gonna have to do this last because it just takes a long time. So especially if you have a lot of images. I'll run it through you real quick, and then we should go ahead and get started. So again, I'm blocking this out because I just, you know, that is private. Now we have auto optimize images on reload. Usually the default settings are very, very good. Backup original images. This is good too. Create WEBP WebP versions of images. Very good. That is a new version of images that are much more lightweight and are probably going to take over the world. So add on the right here, add the theme to optimization. It's probably really the only thing you're going to need to do. This is all good. And this is all good. Then you just go to save and go to bulk optimizer, and you should be good. Now, let's go ahead and go to WP Rocket. All right. That looks good. Rocket CDN. Haven't tried that yet. I will try it at some point. Yes, allow. Not a big deal. If it's your clients, then you may not want to do that. Okay, this is fine. MailChimp for WooCommerce is the billionth time they've asked me. Okay, so what I do is I start down, use cache, and if that's not already a default, which usually it is, I just enable that. Then I go to File Optimization, and this is where the fun begins. This could break things, and sometimes it does, so you got to be careful. Make sure, once again, you have a backup and restore point. I can't stress that enough. Please have a backup and restore point. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do these things one by one. If you're feeling like really, really frosty, then you can just do it all at once and try to figure, and then, if you're feeling lucky, like Russian roulette. But we're going to go one by one. Okay, activate minify CSS. Okay, I'm going to save that. And then halfway through, I'm going to check on the I mean, usually, sometimes I would go through each one and actually see if it, changed it, the speed and the performance on GT metrics, but I'm not going to do that. You can do that on your own. And let's see if it broke anything. Oh, it's looking fine. Awesome. It's looking good. Yep, it's looking fine. Okay. Now, combine, activate combine CSS, save changes. Oops. And again, everything looks good. Okay, so I'm going to just go and do the rest of them, which you should not do, but this is a tutorial, so I want to hurry up. I don't want to freaking go through each one, and this also show you what happens if something does happen. Then this is what it looks like. Let's save changes, see what happens. Again, I would not do this. This is just for the tutorial because I don't want to waste your time, checking each one. But if this were one of my client sites, I would not do this. So we'll refresh the screen, and it already seems faster, which is very good. It doesn't look like it broke anything. Honestly, a lot of times when you go all of that, sometimes it does. So you got to just be very careful. Now, for the real test, let's go back to GT metrics. Let's see how it actually. And I'm also going to use Safari and a private browser because sometimes you need to do a private browser with a cleared cache to really get the true performance. So we'll do that as well. Oops. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Come on. Come on. Can I get a hand clap here? People. Much better. Okay. The other thing I might do as well is you see this here. That is the salient loading thingamajig that you may have to, that I turned on just for fun, but it obviously is causing a little bit of problems with the contextual paint. So, but let's do this. Let's do this. GT metrics. Let's see if this will also be good because this will help you see if the private browser makes a difference, which a lot of times it usually does. So this is a private browser, different browser from the cached one that you've been working on. Okay, it's good to check on both so that you get a real good understanding of what is possible through different browsers and through a cached and uncached version. That's the other big thing that you have to be really focused on is like, and what I'm seeing is the cached version is what I'm seeing the uncached version. You'll get a good understanding the more you work into it, a good feeling and a good intuition, but it's just really good. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that is really good. That is really good. Now, let's go ahead and go to the site. Make sure that it pops up correctly. Ah, it doesn't. That's probably why it's so good, because it's only popping this up. So, this is the load. Okay, so that is not good. Okay, so that is sometimes what happens. So you got to be real careful, and you have to check multiple places and double check. So while A looks fantastic, let's take that loading screen off and see what happens. It's problems like these that you really have to go in. You got to fix in real time, because obviously you can't just show your customer and be like, "Hey, it says A," and then isn't that awesome? And then it actually takes like freaking 5 seconds to load because it's because the CSS and JavaScripts are messed up. That's a lot of times what happens. So bear with me. Oh, that's right. Okay, it is page transitions, animated page transitions. Let's save that bad boy. Now, let's see if it still gives us an A. We're going to clear that cache in a private browser. Very important. Boom. Now let's try this again. All right, it gives us even faster time, but it's still giving us this loading screen. That is probably because we need to clear the cache on WP Rocket side. So clear that cache. Resave that. Let's check that again. There we go. Okay. Much better. Okay, so let's go through it one more time. I don't think it'll give us an A again. We'll probably have to work even harder to get an A. But let's go. Oh, you know what? Oh. Let's clear that cache like a professional. And okay, put that baby in there. Okay, much better, much better. We got low, and even for even faster time, we can do a content delivery network. Okay, ooh, okay, yes, this is a good example. Okay, so this is better. It's going faster, right? But that's taking a little bit of time to load. Why is it taking time to load? Okay. The reason is because we have yet to do our media optimizations. That is the next big move. So we have to go to Imagify. Then we have to add that baby. Then we have to go to Save and go to Bulk Optimizer. Okay. We're going to go click on that. And then it's going to take a really long time. Especially because I'm recording right now. But it will probably be safe to say, okay, Imagify them all. Start optimization. Let's see how fast, because this really doesn't have that many. Oh, I swear to God, this thing. I'm just gonna freaking hook it up just so that it stops showing up. It looks like it's not going to take that long. It really shouldn't, because I don't have many pictures on here at all. But I think you get the gist of how everything works. I got it up to a clean. It's going pretty fast. I'll conclude and maybe retest because this has already been a super long tutorial, and I don't want to waste y'all's time anymore. But I brought that bad boy. I brought that bad boy from a D to an A. Boom! And it's not even. I would also make sure the site is secured. I would also put a CN on it, and it would be even faster than this. Okay. This is also to show that because some people, for some reason, are not. I mean, for good reasons sometimes, are. They think it's a good reason. They think that Salient is bloated. Salient is not bloated. Does it have the fastest possible materials? No, I guess not. But that is so minuscule. I mean, if you're trying to do like the top 99.9% of websites in the world, then you might not want to use Salient. But usually that's because you're using Angular, or you're using freaking React JS, and you're using it, and you're coding everything with a development engineering team a lot of the time, or you just know how to do that yourself, and you know how to code it yourself with Bootstrap or something. So, and then you just know how to make it super clean yourself. Okay, so but this is good. This is really damn good. Okay, for like 99% of businesses, and even top performing enterprise level businesses, which you may never be able to get that high. So anyways, all that to say, I did this in front of you. I solved some problems in front of you. That's what you would have to do. This is what you would have to do to really get the ball rolling for the maintenance plan and maintenance mastery. We got that performance up. We got the speed up. We cleaned up the site. We secured the site in terms of security and malware. Deleted plugins. Updated the core. Updated PHP. Baby, we are working it. And it's 30% done. Yes. Oh my gosh. I really just want to wait until this thing's done, but I can't do that to you. We'll see. You know what? Screw it. I waited this long. I'll come back when it's 100%. We'll retest and we'll see how much faster it is. How about that? Be back in one moment. Okay, so I'm back, and let's go ahead and check this bad boy. See if it made even more of a difference. Okay, let's go ahead and clear that history, and then go do GT metrics. Boom. And when you click this, it should load even faster than before. It seemed a little faster, not as fast as I wanted. Everything still looks good though. Oh, you know what we need to do? Yes, we need to reload this. I don't know why it says that sometimes, but we definitely did that all. We're going to clear that cache. Anytime you make a big change, you definitely want to clear that cache. Clear history. So I'm going to click on that. Seems a bit faster. Everything seems a bit faster. We actually lost performance, and that's probably because we just finished optimizing everything. So I would check again in an hour, and just to be sure of everything. The other thing you can do is actually go to the file itself and re-upload it. In waterfall, this one, that one, and you can just re-upload that into a better, and actually resize it into a better size. That's what you could physically do that, which I would highly recommend. Okay, so I hope this helps. I hope this was educational. Went through the entire document I have for you. Again, this will be available for download. Just click the link in the description. Please subscribe. I love you. I wish you the very best, and congratulations on your journey to becoming much, much better of a freelancer, designer, developer, and entrepreneur. See you soon.